An African country sits on the most valuable land on Earth. $24 trillion in minerals beneath its feet. The metal that powers every EV, every iPhone, every laptop battery, 50% of it is right there. Underground. And yet, this country is one of the poorest on Earth. 40,000 children work in its mines. Some are 6 years old. And two of the world's most powerful superpowers are fighting over who gets to keep it that way. The Democratic Republic of Congo holds over 50% of the world's cobalt reserves, the metal that powers every electric vehicle, every smartphone, every laptop battery on Earth. Yet over 73% of Congo's population lives below the international poverty line. Of the 255,000 Congolese mining for cobalt, 40,000 are children. Some as young as 6 years old. Digging with their bare hands. Earning less than $2 a day. Inside tunnels that could collapse at any moment. The device you are watching this video on right now, its battery almost certainly contains cobalt that passed through those children's hands. So how did one of the world's richest countries end up one of its poorest? The answer has one name. China. While Congo was torn apart by civil war in the early 2000s, Chinese companies flew in quietly. They bought the mines. They built the roads. They signed the deals. Today, 80% of Congo's cobalt output is owned by Chinese companies, refined in China, and sold to the world. From 2000 to 2020, China's cobalt refinery production increased 78-fold. They didn't just buy the mines, they built the entire supply chain around themselves so that nobody could cut them out. Apple needs cobalt, it goes through China. Tesla needs cobalt, it goes through China. Samsung, Ford, every EV maker on Earth, all roads lead through Beijing. But something remarkable is happening right now. In early 2025, Congo made an extraordinary move. It suspended all cobalt exports. Shipments to China ground to a complete halt. The price of cobalt more than doubled almost overnight, from $10 per pound to $25. One of the world's poorest countries, with no army, no superpower backing, no financial muscle, looked China in the eye and said enough. Chinese analysts openly warned this could create a structural deficiency in China's entire mineral supply chain. For the first time in decades, Beijing was nervous about its grip on Congo. Now America is racing in. The US signed a landmark minerals partnership with Congo, building new railways through Angola to ship cobalt out through American-controlled routes instead of Chinese ones. Washington-backed mining giants are now competing directly with Chinese firms for Congo's richest mines. But here's the brutal reality. While America and China fight over Congo's minerals, the Congolese people are still earning $2 a day. The children are still in the mines. And the country sitting on $24 trillion in wealth is still one of the poorest on Earth. A child who worked in the mine said, "We didn't like this job but we had no choice. For us to eat, we had to work." The cobalt in your phone. The battery in your Tesla. The laptop on your desk. All of it starts in the hands of a 6-year-old child in one of the world's most forgotten countries. America and China are fighting over who controls the future. Congo just wants to survive the present. Subscribe to the Economic Order, because the real news is always in the details.